Good afternoon, good Erev Shabbos to you all, wherever you may be on this nice, wonderfully dry but wintry or autumn afternoon. I'm going to start off with a mincha as is usual. Please join me in creating your little temple wherever you may be. And we will commence with Ashrei. Ashrei Yeshvei Veisecha Oideh Haluchasar Hashem Kochali Hashem God Adonai Yehudim Yehudim Rascha Gedei Shama Zechor Zechor Yidach Vedei Zecher Abtu Chayabi Yovetzit Kos Chayeranei Lechana Vachmad Adonai Chafem Tachasem Tavim Chazoi Lechana Kvei Malchus Chayimei Vos Chayeranei V'Yadon Chasam Lechazon Chasam Shom Tesem Semach Adonai Einei Chile Lech Yisabir Adonai Sensem Lechazon Chashatecha Umazbi Elecha Cheros Nesalei Adonai B'Chol Derech B'Chol G'Ravad Lechol Yechol Lechol Shesani Masam Tiras Adonai Dampik was Hashem Kochelenu V'Nevarachnu V'Echem Ad V'Adeilam Hallelujah. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu V'Leivosenu Lehavram Melech V'Lechi V'Regalag V'Adonai Eliam Gemach Hasan Tim Kenach V'Zechin Chasta Aves Who may be good, living even a Helaman Shmabiabo Melchizem Shmagin Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Abraham Atagi Belen Madan Mechamis Shemash Baruch Madagesh Mechach Mechesem Mechamisim Berachim Rabim So he makes Nifnim Berefei Chalim Mati Asur Mechamel Nasashenu for a Bich Bechwag Vesim Melach Melech Memis Mechaim Meach Yeshua Venem Natarach Yesim Baruch Atah Adonai Mechaye Hamesim Atok Kadosh Shem Chakosh Shmon Yachosar Baruch Atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh Atah Cheinen Al Nasan Shmen Chanim Mitrach Bimdash Baruch Atah Adonai Cheinen Hadas Hashivei Navin Sesach Makarvei Machin Sesach 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 Baruch Atah Adonai Ha'reitzeh B'Seshuva Slach Lo Navin Nikrat Adam Mechalon 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 Shon Nikrat V'Salachat Baruch Atah Adonai Chanun Hamabel Islayach Reino Benin Ve'Yovel Galil Mashmach Nikrat Chazakat Baruch Atah Adonai Gayet Yisrael رفعنا عدنا ورفع شيء ونبشك سسنا وطبعا على روح فوشنا وخبر كسينو كيما خريفنا ما ورحمنا تبارك الله رفع خيل يوم إسرائيل بارك الله عدنا هنا سشما زي كم ليس وصل تيوا بسينا براخة بينام سملي متفق وش سنة كشام تريز واقعية ميزاتهم كشال بارك الله مبارك عشانهم تكابشة بقدر الخيسين بسان سكابش قريسين كمسين يأخذ مياه كم فايس أرسل سين بارك الله مكابس نيت خيام إسرائيل هاشيفا شفتين كبشين بيسين من خلوا سبي يوم من أخبار خلينا أطفال بخسد برخة وهم سد كمش ببركة الله ملخيم صدقة مش بقول مش ما تيسير بقول منو خزين رجل خلبيهم خلبيهم ما خزين شو مساك شمس ماجد بس أخنيه مهي بمن بركة الله شيء برأي ومخنيه زيد ما أصلك ما خسين ما زيد كم خمسة صاب ليس السفر بقى يسق منو يوم رحمة خادين ولا نفسه سخط وخراب بتخبش وخبيهم سيم خلينا ما نمشي كم خبر تأخذ بركة الله ميشانو مفتاح لصديقهم ليش لم يخبر رحمة الله مسخش بعد بخسر بعد خمسة سخط من الأسبوع كم من الليل بركة الله بين يروشلايم السماء دعوة خمسة خد وش سخا كل شو أسخا كيفي نكلايم بركة الله معتميخ كرن يشوع شما كلين وادينا يلهي نخوز ورحمة الله كم وقت نسوسن كيش ما تفسخ لنا ما تخمر كن كم شفنو كياتو شمعت في رزق بركة الله شمعت في لسیاد نورین و خساب بسیار شیء باشه وسخ شیء ساس و اسماء کواس نسیراس نتوانید سلام خدا خسر نه نمیشه قالتی برحمه برکت دینای همه خازه شخینا سیدتی میدی منخ نداخشاد فادی نورین و ملوسن رزق نمیگن ناصل دمیدن خسر ترسخ الخیر امسی بدر خمیان شوسن کل سخ و سخ شما من و سخ و سخ شما خالد سرای حتی بله خلق ما خمام رحم سام خز داخل کی میلم کی بین الله کلم میگم میشه سخت شو خب که تا میلاد و خب داخل هاشم میگم کتاب شو سن و سن سایلاتی باروخ عطا ادینای حتی شیم خال خانه الله حدیث میشم تا برخ همه خیز و سلام و خیلی من گانی قبل منها کیف ای پناه خلاص الله و ادنا له درس خم عبد خیس دستا کو برخ خم شال به تای بین خل و خسم شاب خالیس و خشم شم خبر خطا ادینای اما برخ سم اسرائیل ماشاءالله میگم خدا نظر شما Ayse shalom bimem fias shalom le'machaz. Yonosan Golomb Rabbi Yonosan Golomb hebes hamikdash b'mhei Rabbi Yameinu v'secha keinu v'seidasecha. Aleinu leshabeach l'Adonai nachel eshes golodes v'shlotzon v'roshes. Habla say Lecha, Kadeshon, Saki, the Viedo, Kisha, Kati, Kappa, Shapala, Shavaka, and Orino, Kavisham, in the Kabukulam, Samuel, Kimako, Shalkahi, Ulian, Latim, Khamaka, Lemar, Vahayadan, and Meleka, Kalaret, by Yom Hahuya, Hataira, Yechad, Ushamo, Yechad. Let's do our usual. You did Nefesh and then the little niggin, and then we'll go on to the Kabbalat Shabbat service. Please join me wherever you are. Sing. Your soul should soar into the heavens as you delight in these prayers. Please join me. Yedid Nefesh of Harachaban Meshah Chabdecha Eretz Einecha Yarutz Avdecha V'cha Hello family, really from Wales. Yishta'acha v'haramol hadarecha Yeravla Yedidei Secha. Hello, Lorraine and Philip and Milton Keynes. Minahai Fehesuf V'chol Ta'am Hadu Hunahove Ziva Oilang. The showers from South London. Nahafshi Hichayla Sahavosecha Ana Era Narefa Nahala Maharesla Nayam Sifecha. Hello. Chilly Jersey. Oh, well, if Jersey's chilly, what chance have we got in Sheffield? Lovely to see you. Yeah, I've got the wrong place. Astis Chazay, Vesis Rahape, Vahayasahala, Sim Chasailam, Vasik Yamuna, Shabbat Shalom to Berkhamsted. Yachamechom, Vachusahana. Alabeinahu Vacha. Shabbat Shalom, Anthony in Hendon. Kizekaman Nixaif Nixahafti Lihis Meherab Sifer Susecha Lecham Dali Yibim Vachu Husana Veyati Salam. Shabbat Shalom to the Pollens. All the way in S3, Higalena, Ufreis Chavivi Alai, Esukas Shlaimecha. Hello, Nadine. Yahiretz mikvedecha nagila v'nismecha bach maherehoi kivamayei. V'chaneinu ki me'olam. Di-di-la-la-la-la, di-di-da-da-da-da-da, di-di-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Shabbat Shalom to you and Chigwell. Di-di-la-la-la-la, di-di-da-da-da-da-da, di-di-la-la-la-la-la-la, da-da-da-la, ya-da-da-la-la-la, di-di-da-da-da-da-da. Di-di-da-la-la-la-la-la, lam-ba-ba-bam-ba, ya-ba-bam-bam-bam-ba, di-di-da-da-la-la-la, di-di-da-la-la-la-la-la. Shabbat Shalom to you in Stanmore. You've got fantastic rabbi with Rabbi Lou. Di-di-da-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, di-di-da-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Di-di-da-ma-ma-ma-ma-ma-ma. Ni-ni-ya-ma-ma-ma-ya-ma-bam-ba-ba. Ya-da-la-la-la-la, di-di-da-la-la-la. Di-di-da-la-la-la-la-la, di-di-da-da, di-di-da-la-la-la, di-di-da-da-da-la-la, di-di-da-la-la-la-la-la. We're on now the page 4258. Lech neranadal Adonai narialetzu yishenu nekadma fana besoida Bismirais nari yaloi. Yagod Adonai melech haolam kol olam. Asher biyad mechorot Hashem. Yoleinu achmarim Hashem. Yemazman Hashem nisinu avisechem bechanuni gam rafali habon shonachot bedoi ve'ay maharam toye levavim ve'hem lo yadu darachai. All together now. Asher nishpati v'yapi yem yevayun El menuchasi. Shiru Adonai Shechon. Yor Adonai Munimiyah. Naru Hakolim. Yolevilim Adonai Shamayim. Asahid v'halal fanois. Havul Adonai Mishpechei Samim. Adonai Godes. Adonai Godes. ישמחו השמיים וסגל הארץ ירם הים ומלואי יעלו יסודי וכל אשר בוי ירננו כל עצי יער לפני אדוני Kiva lishbait haaretz. All together, louder than that. Yishbait tevel b'tzedek ve'yamim be'emunasoi. Say the gamish b'chein kiseh. Yidden say the I be Adonai yesinra shoymer nafshois chasidov miyad reshavim yatzileim nezaru ala tzadik Uli Yisrael v'simcha. All together now. Simchu tzadikim b'dayanai v'hayadu lezecher kadeshai. Mizmai shir Adonai shechodosh et v'sashen. Oh, Rav Zayt, Shishua Selling, Adonai, Kalisam, Lazam, I read from Adonai, Yenamayam, Tevel, Veyasheva, Naharis, Yemchauchav, Yacharim, Yeranenu, Lefne Adonai, Akiva. Lishbait haaretz yeshapait tevel b'tzedek ve'amim b'me'esharim. Adonai Malach Yigzei Yoshev v'zvodon etzem v'malachim. V'shavol Adonai Malach Yoshev v'zvodon Shamadom Yidam Shamadai Sabchin Nasalaway Hadinari Natan Isam El Naisei Yisalahem when I came Malalila Isam Raimamu Adinaya Leheinu Veishtachavu Lahar Kodeshoy Ki kadosh Adonai Elohayenu. Mizmor David, you need to join into this one. Havul Adonai b'nei Elim, ay la 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 la. Havul Adonai kavod v'yahos. Ay la 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 la, Havul Adonai kavod shemahoy. Ay la 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 la, Hishtachavu l'Adonai b'hadras kodesh. Shabbat shalom, cock fosters. Ay lai lai kol Adonai al hamoyim helakavod hivim Adonai amayim rabim kol Adonai b'hakoyach Ay la 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 kol Adonai be'hodon Ay la 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 kol Adonai shover arasim Ay la 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 v'yishaber Adonai yesan lezeh Haleva nai nai lai lai v'yaki den kemo v'yegel v'nain v'sin yenkemoi v'yemim Kol Adonai choytzei b'lahav v'sheis Kol Adonai yachir midbar Ay la 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 Yachir Adonai midbar kodesh Ay la 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 Kol Adonai yechol elai alos V'yichsoif ye'aros Yevei cholam v'kulai Merkavot ay lai Adonai lahamabul Yoshav Yeshev Adonai melech v'yolam Adonai is the Amay Yitein Adonai Yevarech Esamay V'shalom On the Mechilas Mechatazah Chazan Please join me as we prepare to welcome the Shabbat. Lecha dodi likrat kala panei Shabbat nekabala. Lecha dodi likrat kala panei Shabbat nekabala. Lecha dodi likrat kala panei Shabbat nekabala. Shamo v'zachor b'dibur echad Hishmiyanu el hamyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad L'shem l'tiferet v'l'tilah Lecha dodi likrat kala Panei Shabbat nekabala Lecha dodi likrat kala Panei Shabbat nekabala. Number 2, likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha Ki mekor habracha Merosh mikedem nesucha Seif maseh b'machshava techila Lecha dodi likrat kala Panei Shabbat nekabala Lecha dodi likrat kala Panei Shabbat nekabala. Third one at the bottom Mikdash melech ir melucha Kumitzi'i mitoch ha'hafecha Rav lach shevet b'yemek habacha U'yachmol alayichem la Lecha dodi likrat kala Panei Shabbat nekabala Lecha dodi likrat kala Panei Shabbat nekabala. Let's change tunes. His na'ari me'afar kumi Livshi bigdei sifatei chami Ahal yad ben ishai beit halachmi Kovo nafshi geheya hala bam bam Lecha dodi likrat kahala Panei Shabbat nekabala Lecha dodi likrat kahala Panei Shabbat nekabala. Hitorari Kiva orech umi ori shehidaberi Kevayt Adonai alayich nihigla Lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela, lechadodi likrat kahala. Penei Shabbat nekabela. Change again. Lo shevo shiva lo. Tihikal mi matish tochachi Eyom matahemi tidli ampam bach Yechesu ani Aham mi benipneta ha'ira ha'tihila Lecha dodi likrat kahala Penei Shabbos nekablam baba v'hayulim shisa shawatzayich v'rachakukam nevalayich yasit salayich helayich kinsay hasan al kahala hechadadi likrat kahala Penei Shabbat nekabela Yamin nusma Efrot Siviet Adonai Ta'aritzi Yal Yad Yesh Behen Patzi V'nismecha V'nagila Lechadodi V'hikrat kahala Penei Shabbat nekabla V'bawi v'shalom Hateret bala Gam besimcha u'b'tzahala Toch emunei am segula Bawi chala Excuse me Lechadodi likrat kahala Penei Shabbat nekabela Mizmashir liyam Shabbat Ish bala yedach sil la yavin es Let's join in this. It's a nice piece. Sadikata yifrach keyeres malvanon yeska shesulim Beveit Adonai Mechatzrot Eloheinu Yafrichu Yod Yenuvon Beseva Deshenim Verananim Yeyu Lahagi Ki Yashar Adonai Suri Velai Havelasa Boy Last one. Mikaelis Ma'ayim Rabim Adirim Mishvreyam Adim Amorim Adonai Yedoyesecha Nemenu Miyai Leveischa Nova Abakayadesh Adonai le'yarech Yamim. Thank you for joining in. I'm sure you were singing along, at least to some of that, if you knew it. And just to leave you with a quick thought before I have to wrap it up, because it's getting quite close to Shabbat proper. And that is that to this week's Sedra, we begin with we talk about the travels of Avraham, who's at this point still called Avram. And later on, he becomes Avraham with the extra hey put in his name. Now, in amongst the various things that he did, and he is the first Jew, he's the first one to come up with this belief in there being a God that isn't a statue, that isn't an idol, monotheism, it can't be seen in the normal sense of the word. This is Abraham, and he is the father of many nations, so says the Almighty when he gives him this extra hey. And then there's a verse that says, Vayikra b'shem Hashem kol olam, that he set up his home there. He had this tent that was open from all four sides to welcome all visitors. At the time, the only people who were visitors in that area of the woods would have been Arabic peoples. And it says, Vayikra b'shem Hashem kol olam. He called in the name of God, the master of the universe. He made people hear that it is the name of God. It is God, not your idols and your various stuff. It is only the one God who is the master of the world. And then the Talmud has a slight variation of that. It says, the word is Vayikra, he called. But you shouldn't read it that way. There's another way of reading it. That's not the only way. You could repunctuate it, revowel it, and the word will be Vayakri. What is the difference between Vayikra and he called? Well, Vayakri means he made others call. He didn't just sit back and say, I believe, and therefore that's good enough for me, and I couldn't care less about the rest of the world. He brought others to believe. And he did that in a variety of ways, but most importantly, he did it in a nice way, in an encouraging way. People would come and have hospitality. He was a wealthy man, and they would benefit from his hospitality. And he would say to them, he said, what can we do? How can we thank? He said, well, you can say a blessing. You can say a grace after meals. And they say, Rabbi, not for us, not for us. We've got our idols that we go to whenever, but we're not saying your prayers. He says, okay, well, can I give you the bill? They said, yeah, what is it? Well, for the cup of tea, that will be £50. And for the piece of cake, that's £65. They say, what did you say? £50? That's extraordinary. That's totally over the top. You can't charge for food like that. And he said, well, if you're not saying the prayers, then that's the price of it. It's fine by me if you don't want to say. Okay, everyone, let's have a look at those prayers again. Can we see them again? And so that's how you got people to praise the Almighty and talk about God. So he wasn't just satisfied about himself being connected. He wanted others to connect to, even people who perhaps did not have anything in common with his faith. And that's what Abraham started. And he is the first of our forefathers. That means when we call him a father passes on his talents and his DNA to his children. That means every Jew ever born has those same qualities. And Abraham and Isaac and Jacob passes all the way down, which means every Jew has an obligation, has a responsibility. They're not just, I call God in my language and in my needs, but I bring others to call the same God. And it doesn't mean to say I have to convert them to Judaism. We don't encourage that. But they should recognize that there is a God. He is responsible for what happens. And it is to him that we owe praise. And we can have the odd grumble from time to time when things don't work out the way we want. But at least it's to God. And this is the most important thing, the underpinning of the entire society. Because if you know that you are a creation and you have some connection to God, then it fosters a sense of responsibility and makes you behave in a more fruitful way, in a way that contributes more. That is a lot better than believing that you are a random mutation. Because if that's the case, it doesn't really matter what you do at all. Most human beings do not like that idea. So he started calling, and up to today's generation and the peoples of today, we still need to talk about the calling. I took a taxi on Wednesday, and the driver that was driving me there was a God-believing person. The guy on the way back, and so we had a conversation. I left the taxi. It was only about 5-6 minutes inside, but I left him with a message. You are created. You have a reason for being here. No two people are the same. Everyone is unique. And that means that you have something to contribute that I can't. Because if I could, then what we need you for? That's the message. Make everyone call in the name of God. Recognize Shivisi Hashem the Negdi Sombi, that it says in the Psalms, verse 16. In chapter 16, I put God before me all the time. I remind myself that there's someone there, and that he is looking and waiting. Hine Hashem Nitzav Olam, behold the Almighty standing above me. All the earth is full of his presence. Wherever you go, you'll be standing beneath God. God is looking at you. He is searching out what's going on in your heart and your innards. Are you serving him? Are you doing that which you're supposed to be doing, as is befitting your station in life? That's the message, at least one of the many messages of this week. So have a wonderful week, have a wonderful Shabbos, have a wonderful week that follows. And please, God, we'll meet again whenever it's my turn to do this sometime in the future. In the meantime, Shabbat Shalom. All the best.